Good evening all, hope we are all doing well. Welcome to Affinity Racing. I set the stream away a little bit too early, haven't I? We've got a few minutes before we get into the first lobby, but I'm actually going to jump straight in because I need a lot of practice for Daily Race C. I am yet to do Deep Forest in reverse, and so I'm needing to get as much practice in as I possibly can. We will have enough for one lap here. While I quickly say hello to everybody, this is not going to be a very quick lap, as have none of my laps been so far, but we shall crack on. So good evening all, hope we're all well. Cowboy, Dan, how are we doing? Hope we are all good. Turn my phone down so we don't hear myself twice, it's bad enough hearing it once. Hope we're all well, hope we're all well. This one is going to be a little bit of a mix tonight of Daily Race C and Daily Race B. Because who doesn't love Group 2 at Spa? I'm going to get that all kinds of wrong there. I managed to sort this one out in a couple of laps of practice there. The lift-off oversteer into that corner, the Porsche does not like. Superior End, how are we doing? Having fun on Race A? Ah, right, I haven't even looked at Race A, I hadn't even considered it, but we may well jump on if you reckon it's a good one. So yeah, needing to work on a bit of pace. This track in reverse I've not done ever, I don't really think, apart from last week when I did one lap to do some thumbnails, and I'm sure that this was suspected to be a Group 4 race, because if I'm not mistaken my thumbnail is a Group 4 car, and I think that was at the time what we were predicting, but it turns out it's Group 3 anyways. Race A is good fun, fair enough. Well, we may well have a little look at it then, as we almost set a new personal best, but we don't quite. So that's going to be it. We're going to probably be starting at the back, let's be fair, but we'll see how we get on. So I'm looking forward to this one, but yeah, I missed Monday night stream. We were travelling back up from London. We were down in London for a gig, and so is that Perez in the lobby? Oh, Pierres, maybe not. I thought Sergio had given up and just decided to stick with go with Gran Turismo instead, and then he doesn't have people trying to tell him what to do. Anyways, so we're starting P11 now. If I remember rightly as well, we had to use both tyres, didn't we? Both tyres were required, but I don't know how long we're going to get on the medium tyres. So I just want to run with the mediums first. We'll do as many laps as we can before we think about jumping onto the hard tyres. And then we will do, and then probably, to be honest with you, we'll do maybe 2 races here. And then the rest of the night will be Daily Race B, because Group 2 at Spa, I'd be a fool not to do so. So, headphones on. And let's do it. Cheers, Dan. I'm not expecting too much from this one, but we shall try our best and hopefully have a little bit of fun as we do so. But I'll not expect any podiums or race wins. I don't think weather was an issue. I don't think they have weather racing for this track actually. 4GT behind us. That might make things interesting. Rightio. Let's go, let's go. Are we going to be starting on this corner as well, or will we be round? I think we'll just be round, which is not too bad. Maybe the whole grid will be on the straight at the start here, actually. So, 14 laps. If anybody has any hints or tips on strategy, then please do let me know. Oh, someone's already on to the grass. Fuel looks like it should be okay. Maybe, maybe not. We'll try and keep a check on fuel, but we'll not worry about that until the end of this lap, I don't think. Oh, go, go, go. Make up a few places there, courtesy of a little bit of carnage. We then lose out on all of those places actually, so never mind. are almost putting each other into the wall. Someone goes for the lunge. Oh! Green flags are back out. Bosh. Oh. Right, up to P6 then. Not too bad. Tyre wear looks a little bit almost brutal. But it's alright at the end of the first lap. I think we might get maybe... What would we get out of this? 6 or 7, maybe pit halfway through. That's my best guess at the moment. At least 8, go longer. Alright, okay, if we can, fair enough. Clearly I am wrong there then. Someone's going for it. Oh, you were never going to make that, buddy. Right, now we should get past this. Is that the BM? Is it the Z4, isn't it? Trust in the fact that nobody's going to outbrake there with me being on the inside. Thankfully we get through safely. We are all good for the moment at least. Oh dear, messed that one up. Means we get down on the power just a little bit earlier though. Try and salvage what we can there. Fastest sectors so far. Probably won't last too long, I don't think. Sliding about like crazy at the moment. Lovely stuff. Right, onwards we go. I wasn't expecting to be up to P5 by this point, I must say. So as it stands at the moment, not all too shabby. Doing okay at the moment. P1's got really good pace, he's flying, but P3 and 4 we are catching up to, which I really wouldn't have expected. Fastest lap of the race is a 25.4, we're at a 26.1. So a fair bit off the pace at the moment. We've got to keep a little bit of throttle. At least in the Porsche, you've got to keep a little bit of throttle up with that first hairpin, otherwise the car just unsettles and spins around, and that's your race done pretty much. Right, I feel like I am catching to these guys. Oh, that might be track limits though. Hope not. Those bumps really do unsettle the car. I'm gonna try and stay off them. I It's not so bad when you're going into that corner on the normal layout, because at that point you're braking, so you're kind of slowing the car down a little bit. It's not all too bad. This guy must be on the hard tyres. That explains why we've been catching him. Yes, absolutely it does. Feels so difficult to get out of that corner quickly, because of course you're going so slow in comparison to what you just were. Oh, he was on the hard tyres as well. Bugger. Right, that explains why we've been catching both of those guys then. That's a bit annoying. Here was me thinking I actually had some alright pace. Ooh, it's close to that wall there. Tell you what though, it actually worked out alright to start at the back. Not being too bad at all. We had a bit of carnage at the start, which thankfully I managed to avoid. And we've been alright, haven't we? Oh. A little bit all over the place now. Turn too early whilst braking, that's no good. It's going to do the tyres no good, that either. John, how we doing, mate? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hope we're all well, mate. Ah, man. P3 at the moment, but that's just on track. On paper, we're definitely not by the time the other guys come out of the pits. Or by the time we come out the pit, sorry, by the time we do our pit stop, because the guys behind. Look at the field spread, that is absolutely mental. So much field spread, that is unbelievable. I've probably been averaging, what, about a second and a bit, 1.2, 1.5 seconds slower than the leader. I mean, nightmare for me if it turns out that he's also on the hard tyres. I don't think he'd be going this long if he is. Maybe try one more. I probably could have made the tyres last a bit longer had I not been sliding about everywhere. But that's just me trying to get used to the track and making the odd mistake. Oh, that's a bit too deep there. Come on. Gonna go one more lap. Not doing Group 2 Sport, absolutely, mate. I'm going to finish a couple of races here. I'm going to finish streaming at 9:30 tonight, so we're going to do 2 races here, one more after this, and then over to Spa, basically, for what will be the rest of the stream. There's been a mention that daily race is supposed to be quite good, but so we may well end up having a quick look at that. That's where I'm losing so much time. to the leader. 2-3 tenths lost there. Try and one more lap here. I'm just going to try and follow the leader a little bit, but pits. Right, onto the hards. Let's go. I got Group 2 Nissan livery. Oh, thank you so much, mate. What a hero. We will get straight onto that. I think I'll need to... Oh, no, I think I've got the Nissan in the garage, actually. We go in with exactly the same amount of fuel as P2. We get jumped by Matt, who takes both positions there, actually, so his undercut has worked. An absolute treat for him. Let's make sure we don't presume that was fine on the pits, but there was the white line on the right hand side, which might be a little bit of a... Whoa, that was... Jeez, just made that one stick. We're going to get chased down here, but my word, what a lunge to the inside. I sort of just miscalculated that, and I was a little bit worried about the pit stop, but that just about worked. Oh, didn't get left much space there. He had the right of the corner though, he was on the inside. I can't say much about that. Right, the fight now is for P4 then. I'm racing on these tyres for the first time around here, so I don't know exactly how they're going to be reacting. I'm kind of finding out at each corner. I think that a hefty slipstream here will perhaps help me though. Out of the pits here or not? No, so we're P5. Podium could actually be on here, which I really didn't think I'd be saying that about this race. Podium genuinely could be on, although they're about a second and a half ahead now. Too eager to get down on the power. Right, come on. We've gone from wherever we started, P14 or something like that, up to P5. Temporarily we were on the podium until everybody's pit stops have been done, and then we're P5. So, oh, just outbraking a bit there. Oh, has P4 binned it? He's held on to it, he's held on to it, he's held on to it. Craig, how we doing, mate? Good evening, good evening. Hope all is well. Podium might just be off the cards now. That mistake into the first corner that I made on the previous lap there. Oh, I made the same one again. Maybe he's just expecting a little bit too much from the Porsche on the hard tyres. There we go, we're catching back up. A bit earlier on the brakes, come on, there we go. Maybe should have been in second there, bogged down just a little bit, but we're all good. We're still okay, we're still okay. We're closing. Sheesh, how we doing? Hope we're all well. So he just hit the wall there. Or did he almost hit the wall? Was he just trying to avoid the wall? Either way, it looked like he got a bit caught out by the wall. Here we go. Oh, penalty. Penalty for track limits. Well, that's a little bit annoying because you can... Still going to be a drag race, but he's still going to get the position, so it doesn't make any difference. Ah! Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What a mega race that one was, though. I was not expecting that. Our pace wasn't very good in quali, but our race pace, not too bad. I mean, I say race pace. Basically, we just somehow managed to avoid the carnage in the first couple of laps, which made up a few positions there, but We were fighting pretty well there. We had a Mercedes in front, WRX, and we were fighting both of them fairly well. Supra in P2, AMG top spot. I think the Porsche seems to be the just have the slight edge in terms of popularity, but whether or not it's any better on track, it seemed alright though. It seemed fairly decent. Just struggling in the race to try and iron out those mistakes, but that's the first time that we've raced on that track in reverse. I would say that's not too shabby. Let's be honest, that was good racing. That was mega. Right, we'll go straight back in again. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Right, what car should we try now then? If indeed we should try anything different. The Suzuki... No. On the global rankings, yes, the Suzuki VGT seems to be the car of choice there. But then we've also got the Ford GT. And then the Porsche. Which is what prompted me to have a look at the Porsche and probably stick with that, to be fair. But I think we'll stick with what we know, because we've only got 2 laps or 3 laps here at the most to improve on quali. So let's go for that. Yeah, so 3 laps is what we'll have here. So if anyone wants to take a guess on what our fastest quali lap will be, now is your chance. Free t-shirt from the merch store should you get it correct. We all know the score. Right, I'm hoping that we can get into mid-25s. Now that we know the track a little bit better and all that sort of stuff. Go, go, go. Oh, that's going to cost time. That's a lot of time. Because then it hampers you in every single corner that follows. Right. That'll not be an improvement on our time, I don't think. Oh, yes it will. Oh, okay. Right, mid-25s, fair enough. 25 treble 7, thankfully we've already beaten that one then. So if anyone wants to up that guess. Lost time on exit there. Oh, we're soon going to make it back up. Oh, I actually lost time in that last corner. Right, one more lap, let's push. 6.62, almost treble 6. Someone's gone, Craig's gone treble 2. If I can just not mess up this first corner, we might not be far off. all good. Might be wanting to try and improve a little bit later in the week. I don't think I'll get back onto the dailies this week though. That is the only problem. Oh, YI. That is, what an absolute stupid thing to do that was. Well, saying you're desperate for lap time, come on. Oh, look how much time I have gained though. Oh, that's quite funny. Hey, God. Isn't it funny how when you start driving thinking, I don't care if I bin it, you actually, then we gained like 3/10 there. It's when you're trying to complete a lap and not bin it. As soon as I knew I wasn't going to beat my time, it's 3/10 out of nowhere. Hey, dearie me. Anyways, hope everyone is doing well. If you haven't done so and you wouldn't mind doing so, please do hit the like button on the stream. Goes a long way to supporting the channel, I promise. And if you haven't done so already, or you're a new face, please do say hello in chat. Please do subscribe as well while we're on, if you do not mind. Right, here we go then. We're starting P9, so we're middle of the table. So we're right in amongst, I would say now, all of the carnage. Which is what we managed to avoid. We managed to avoid that the last race. I don't know if we're going to manage to avoid it in this one. Because we just sort of hung back. We sort of hung back a bit on the last one. And it worked out okay. But we'll see if whether or not we... It's all basically whether or not you survive turn 1. Which I don't know if we will. Ever the optimist. Right, predictions for this race. What do we reckon? And we also did 9 or 10 laps there. I can't remember on the mediums. I probably could have came into the pit a lap earlier. Perhaps. So I'll consider that one. However, I didn't do a very good job of looking after my tyres. Starting to... I was making a few mistakes and sliding about quite a bit. So hopefully we can do a better job of not making mistakes. Looking after the tyres. Pit a little bit later. P9 then. Let's see how far we can get up. Whoa. What we got in front of us? Is that a Ferrari in front? Porsche behind. Right, let's be having it. Come on then. Let's go. Right, Porsche behind me. Going to the outside here, which I may live to regret. Yes, I absolutely do. Definitely live to regret that one. An absolute rocket ship coming in through the grid there. Right, well, we're P11. I think this was where, more or less, we started in the last race. Make sure that Ferrari keeps the position there, because I did nudge him. Which I think was more be honest, it was more just a connection thing, which I think was pretty clear to see, but just to be on the safe side and just so he doesn't think that I'm a nasty person. You can see the slight lagging though. Got the run on the Ferrari on the straight though. Right, let's go. P9, not ideal, but this is where we started. We could have made up a bit of progress. We've gone back down the grid. Now we pretty much start again. Hold that one around the outside there. Oh god! Oh, that's very early on the brakes. Very early on the brakes. Oh! Oh! That's a connection thing. Oh, man. Right, we've got damage off the back of that as well now, so we went into the back of him and then someone went into the back of us. Amazing. Oh. Almost spun round there. Oh, I thought the switchback might have been on there. Right, there we go. That is looking after our tyres a little bit better because on the last race I was sliding like crazy through there. Let's go. Right, we have that one, but that was very fortunate because he outbraked more than us. Last of the late outbreakers. Well, technically, first of the outbreakers, technically. Right, this is where we want to hope that we're catching up with these guys just on pace. But as we saw in the last race, I thought that, and then they ended up going into the pits. So hopefully, if they're on the hard tyres, they either don't put up too much of a fight, which based on the corner and speed of this Jag, I'm going to guess that this guy is. Is on the hard tyre, I think. Yeah, into the pits he goes. Lost a bit of time there behind him though. Oh, he could have pushed us along. I wish he'd pushed us along. Both of us would have been so much better off there. Oh! overtook, but then caught out a bit by that one, moved straight in front of us and then put the brakes on. Oh, someone gone. Right, we're chasing down the... No, we're not. Ah, I thought we were chasing down the podium, but he's on the hard tyres, so... This is sort of the problem. That we had last race, is that you think you're fighting for positions, and then it just turns out that they're on a different strategy. So provisionally we're on the podium. But that's not going to stick by the time we go into the pits, now that a load of people in front have pitted. Noticed Bob going to the inside very late there. Had to open up and give him the space. Got to give him that one. Fair play. It would have looked as if I was dodging about side to side to try and not let him pass there. Genuinely wasn't the case. Just spotted him a little bit late. I was moving to the racing line, which then he went and moved for. And then I moved out of the way, trying to give him the space. So he will be thinking that I was trying to dodge him, trying to dodge side to side and block him there, but genuinely I wasn't. So I hope he realises, or I hope he watches the stream and then realises. Right, Tyre in front. Is that going to be a double overtake out the hairpin? Oh, who's gone? Oh, Tyre's gone, no. Bob's just in front of us here, just got the edge. He could have the run out the corner though. Ooh, just hold on to that one. Great fighting. contact there. Oh, I'm never going to get into the pits. Both of us side by side there. I couldn't get into the pits. We are forced to go one lap longer. Not the end of the world. Hopefully. Right, I'm just trying to have a look on the map there, trying to work out where it is that we'd actually come out after the pit stop. It's not a massive pit stop, it's actually the pit exit, if anything, that costs you the most time. Right, we're all good. Right, onto the hard tyres. Push like hell. He wanted to serve his pen and keep my toe. Yeah, I think he's dropped back a couple of times. I think he's had 2 penalties this race, but he has caught up, so he's definitely got good pace. Right, where are we going to come out here? Are we actually going to come out in P3? I'm wondering if we might do, you know. How on earth has that happened? Oh, it nearly didn't happen because we nearly put it onto the grass. How on earth has this happened here? No way. Right, that can't be right because it's now showing us... This can't be right. It's showing us 9 seconds to the leader, but further to P2? Oh no, it's not. I think it was temporarily though. It was showing us 10 seconds to P2 and 9 seconds to P1. So that didn't make much sense. I'm fairly sure that's what I saw. I could be wrong. Probably am. Try and not lose time because I'm not particularly quick on these hard tyres. No way is P2 going into the pits now. We're going to get the jump on P2 here. How on earth has this happened? I cannot work this one out. How are we P2? We need to watch because either way Bob's right behind us, so he could be taking P2 off us, so we need to be careful. Woo! You know, and do stuff like not hit the wall. That would help. Oh, don't run that deep into that corner, that's not what you want. That definitely will cost you time. That will also cost you time. And it does. Bob's behind us. I'd like to think that we could be okay. Famous last words. We just need to not bin it. But we all know what happens when I say that. That's what was taking life out of the mediums. Slight mistakes like that. Maybe we're doing alright here though. This is from P9 on the grid, by the way. And dropping down to P11. I'm just waiting for something to happen and realise, like, well, we've definitely served our 2 pit stops, so... or 1 pit stop, sorry. Used both tyres, I should say. Our 2 tyres. Would be funny if it was 2 pit stops and I hadn't realised, but we didn't get penalised for a 1 stop in the last race, so I think we're all good. Right, 12.8 to the leader. We're certainly not going to catch that up. He's got tremendous pace. 2 seconds now to P3. It could actually be looking like we're alright here. Penalty though. Let's watch, wait and see. Well, we take home a podium from a race that really didn't look like a podium was even possible. I have no idea how that happened. I have absolutely no idea how that happened. I think everybody must have had an absolute nightmare. But we have ourselves P2. Hee-hee! Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Cheers, Dan. Happy with that. I mean, did absolutely not have the pace to be anywhere close to the leader. He was in the murk there as well. Rapid quick in that. Nicely done, sir. Nicely done. Well then, off to Daily Race B we go. We're going to head over to Spa. I've not done any practice though, so the first couple of races should be a laugh. We're going to get ourselves up to speed and see indeed how we managed to get on over there, because that could be, as always with Group 2, it can go one of two ways, either awesomely or horrifically, and the same with Spa itself. It can go really well or not so well. But that was tremendous racing, that. And I hope that, is Billy still there? I hope that he comes and says hello on stream. Let's see if we can type this out quick enough. Come say hello on stream. Great racing. Bosh. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. There we go. Really, really enjoyed that one. Great racing with Billy Bob. And we're going to head over. We're going to have quite a bit of time, actually, for practice on here. Oh, let's sort our livery out first. So John has sorted us, as he always seems to do nowadays, very kindly with the livery. Way too kind. I'm just going to make a note there. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Bosh, bosh. Lovely stuff. Right. What do we need to do? We need to do... Let's change to our Group 2 Nissan. And there we go. It is indeed actually the only car that we have. So... let's do it. No, content search, sorry, or following, even better. Oh, it's doing this stupid glitch again where it then decides that. Right, where's... oh, there he is. Oh, there it is there. I was on it before. Oh, look at that. There we go. Haha, nice. I love that the Iron Maiden logo is appearing in each livery now. I'm going to have a full car full of Iron Maiden, which is right up my street. Right, let's get that on then. Let's indeed get that on. Car customization. Yeah, I hope Billy Bob comes and says hello, because that was mega racing, and I potentially owe him, as I mentioned and called myself out on stream. I potentially owe him an apology, because I did spot him quite late as we went through the tunnel. And it may have looked as if I was swiveling and swerving to try and block him, which I absolutely was not. I just spotted him very late. Haha, look at that. That is mega. We got Iron Maiden, we got Affinity, Newcastle as well. That looks absolutely class, mate. Thanking you very much. And it may well indeed add us a few tenths, or take off a few tenths to our lap time, as we know a good livery always does. Right, we're on. Oops, oops. Oh, I'm still pressing the wrong buttons. That's not actually what I meant to do, because let's do a little bit of servicing just to be on the safe side. Very rarely use the Group 2 cars, don't we? We've barely done any races in them, it feels. We had Daily Race C over there, I think, was at Lago Maggiore Reverse. But other than that, I don't think we've had many Group 2 races. Let's go, let's go. Right, we've got 10 minutes. So I think it's about a 2-minute lap at Spa in the Group 2, something like that. 2 minutes 5 or something like that. So we should maybe get about 5 laps. 4 or 5 laps. Let's go, let's go. Oh, no, I've just then done all of that and I was about to rent a car. That's not what we want. That's what we want. Right. Let's do it. We might as well try and qualify fairly well from the start, because starting from the back, as fun as it is on a Group 2 race, not really much chance of anything happening, is there? So many numerous stupid shaped cutouts that are different on each side. Oh, really? Right. One of the most difficult cars to do a neat livery of. Oh, mate. Well, thank you so much, honestly. It looks absolutely... Woohoo! It looks absolutely mega. Really do appreciate it. Let's have a quick look from... There we go. What an absolute treat. Yeah, it's just Nissan in general, isn't it? They make nightmare-shaped cars. They don't ever do anything easily, do they? Right, we might want 6th gear through there, actually. I'm not too sure. Right, I feel like I could be quite good around here. I just need to get a little bit of practice. I was alright when we had the Super Formula races here a little while ago. Might have actually still been on GT Sport, that. I've done a lot of racing around Spa, so if I mess this one up, then that's just typical of me. Oh! Let's pause this here. Little God. Or Lil God. Good race last time out, mate. Don't know how I won. Oh, fair play to you, mate. Were you the... I apologise because I'm forgetting the name. That was actually... Or the PSN name, sorry. But I think you were like 14 seconds up the road, mate. You were absolutely flying. So I don't even think we would have came together on track, would we? I don't think we were... you were just miles up the road. Unless you mean the race before. I think that was a Spaniard that won that one. So I think you're on about the one just gone. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, mate. What an absolute hero. Welcome, welcome, welcome. That's for Daily Race C tonight, though. That's me done. I'm going to be on Daily Race B. More than likely going to be on Daily Race B for the rest of the stream. We might do one more. Going to be streaming until 9:30. So we probably get 5, what would it be? 5 or 6 races of Daily Race B done. Don't think it makes too much difference whether you're in 5th or 6th gear there. Perhaps 5th is the one to stay in, though. Going to lose time there because I kept it flat. Yeah, absolutely. There we go. Down into... What's this one again? Rivage? Rivage. Losing a little bit of time. The Ghost catching back up there. Going to keep this one in 5th. Going to try and keep just a little bit of power down. That one didn't work. As we go, we'll start to refine the lap because you'll see where I'm losing time and gaining time. Hopefully we can level that out a little bit. Just need to have trust in the Group 2 cars. That's what it's all about around here. Or in most of the laps in the Group 2s is just trust. Trust that they'll do as you want them to. A little bit like the Super Formulas as well. Or any Formula car because the downforce and those things. And this is just so unbelievable. Right, I can brake a lot later there as well than what I just did. Maybe he's fairly close to the 100-metre boards, potentially. Could be wrong. Soon find out on the next lap though, won't we? Right, 204.1. As long as you get down the gears quick enough as well. Beat your time on my first lap. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I got to be honest though, Spa, it never used to be a strong track of mine, but now it kind of is. You can see there, that's how much time I lost on the previous lap. Spa, I always used to struggle at, but I've just done that many races here. Not in the Group 2s though, I've got to say that much. But what was your lap time, mate? What was your current best? See, I don't even think I need to hit the brakes there, just a slight lift. Maybe it's a tiny touch of braking. Obviously these cars, because they have so much power, when you come off the power, the engine brakes so, you know, the engine braking is so effective. Right, we should get enough time for 2 more laps here. 2 more laps. If anyone wants to take a guess, what will our fastest... I need to shift earlier there. What is our fastest lap time going to be here? What will our lap in purple be? Hopefully we can beat this 2:04. Going to improve on this time as well. Made all of that up in the braking zone there. Oh, look at that. 2:03.7, thank God. We seem to have some decent pace around here. Maybe he's doing some races from the back, might have been quite fun, but I didn't think we would have... we always struggle around Spa to make up places, but in the Group 2s, there's a lot of carnage and opportunity, to be fair. I try and cut that corner off now as much as we can. Now we feel we've got a bit of confidence and control. Oh, your lap time is 2:04.6. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we just nipped it on the first one then. Hopefully going to improve a little bit more though. 2/10 up at the moment. Oh, that is... Oh no! I was just going to say that is right on the edge. Right, we restart that one then. Jonathan, how we doing? Oh, that was funny. Jonathan, you joined just at the right time, didn't you? Oh, I'm just watching that replay on my phone. Right on the edge. All the way around. We were almost train tracking around the gutters. Start that one again. Come on, let's get a good lap here. 2:03.7. I feel like that's alright. But we can do better. It's just about confidence with these things, or just believing that they will do what you want them to do. Dead in real life there, quite literally, mate. Yeah, I know. Absolutely brutal, that one. Literally like 90-degree crash, that one, straight into the wall, isn't it? Adam, how we doing? Good evening, good evening. Is it Monday again? Midweek streaming throwing you off. Yeah, me as well, mate, me as well. A little bit of a weird one. When I put it in my set an alarm on my phone and it went off saying stream, I was like, hang on a minute, I thought I was like halfway through the week. And I am. I just, yeah, was driving back. We were still driving back from London quite late on Monday, so I ended up missing the stream. Thankfully, I didn't have it actually scheduled. Otherwise, you guys would have been sitting there thinking, where's he at? And then I would have ended up joining like 48 hours later. Oh, I've done the same mistake. Ah, man. That is a slightly longer way of going about things, though. That is a little bit more than a scenic route, that one, through Puong there. Oh, now we got messy tyres as well. So we're going to have to stick with this 203.7, which is probably not a bad lap time, all things considered. Just be so light on the steering through there. Absolutely no problem at all. Full throttle, 170 mile an hour. Not a bother. Right, so I need to be braking just a little bit earlier there, because that was where I braked the last time, but we were recovering from a mistake, so we were going way slower. Cushy then, fair play. Well, that's not too bad. See where we're starting here. Ooh, right, okay. P6. P6, P6. Alrighty. I'm glad we're on the soft tyres as well, but just to double check, is it medium or is it... Right, okay, yeah. Only the soft tyres allowed. Good stuff. I think that's where everybody's getting their lap times from, to be honest. Obviously, if we were on the mediums, I think it would... it'd be a lot more difficult to get a quick lap or be up the rankings, but everyone can kind of drive a little bit closer to the same way on the softs, because you've just got so much more grip. I just seen Craig guessing a 203 treble 4, but I don't know how close was that to that. At 0.7, wasn't I? So a couple of tenths off. We'll try and get down to that though. I'll be happy with that. Right. How much carnage are we involved in here, do we think? Or how much carnage can we avoid? Get your guesses in, predictions. Are we aiming for podium, or are we trying to stick with P6? We're trying not to fall too far down the grid, which is more than likely to happen. What do we reckon? Here we go. Thankfully we start on the pit straight. Oh! Someone was about to launch into the back of us there. Luckily, he does well enough to avoid us. Right, you do just need to be very, very careful of dirty air when you're following cars though, so in these Group 2s. Make up that position. Lovely stuff. Come on, 1.4 to the leader. He's having to defend already from P2. That is not what you want to do on lap number 1 when you've still got half the pack right up behind you. We're going to have a good slipstream here as well, as is everybody in front of the leader. P2 and 3. It's going to be helpful to us because that means we can potentially be pulling away here as well. Right, what's the predictions here into turn? Oh! Well, that wasn't one of my predictions. I'll tell you that for nothing. I can't even get my words out. My word, my word, my word. Right. I was going to say, are they going to kill each other into turn 1? That was earlier than anticipated. Now we're fighting for the lead of the race. That was absolutely mental. Now we're fighting for P1. Are we going to get P1? I'm going to let him go there because I'm going to try and have the better run. Down into Ravage doesn't quite work out. Don't run wide. Almost. I think both of us almost made the same mistake there. He's a little bit better off. Oh, come on, I can't lose P1 now. Stay on the back of him, stay on the back of him, come on. Going to try and run it a little bit deeper into turn 1. V-cut the hairpin just a little bit more. Might only just on the edge of slipstream here. I think maybe staying in 5th was the better idea there. Lap and a half left to try and catch him. How do I get these lobbies? Well, actually, that's a very good point because I am a little bit further down on my DR and SR at the moment. So that gives me the either misfortune or pleasure of being in these lobbies. There's still some fast drivers in there though. Pole position was a low 30. What I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It was a low 203 pole position. So some quick drivers. Just all kinds of wrong there. Wrong entry, wrong braking point, wrong turning, wrong exit, everything. How not to do poo on corner. Demonstrated. Right, he's 1.6 out now. I'm definitely going to struggle unless there's a fairly major mistake comes from him here. Like that, except it was me making it. Bugger! Gonna have to defend for P2 now. Slipstream is going to be closing. Ah! Well, an interesting race, to say the least, because I certainly wasn't expecting, bloody hell, a P2, P1, 2 and 3 killing themselves rather dramatically on the first or second lap, but there we are. P2, we'll have that. We can grind out some good results on this one, I think. Right then, we'll go again. We'll go straight back in. Oh, we're back up to DR and SR being AA, so not bad. Try and get a few more decent results with clean races and we should be back on track, I think. Nice P2. Cheers, John. Yeah, not bad at all, eh? Not bad at all. I want to see what happened with P1 with the leaders, though. That was mad. Let's have a little look at this. Right, we'll start here. Let's have a little look. So Lewis is the one that actually manages to get through it all. I think that was who we were racing with, wasn't it? It certainly was. So what does happen here? Does he actually give a little bit of a nudge to P2? No, he doesn't. He stays well out the way. Oh, we can see... oh! Oh, we can see exactly what's happened. Oh dear. Right, so this is P1, so this is it from his point of view. Which he's not going to know all too much about it, I don't think. Except for just a slight knock behind him. Oh, and that is him done. So the guy who is actually at fault here is going to be P2, I think. Actually, I don't know if it is. I don't think it is. That's not actually P2's fault, is it? Who's to blame there? Because he actually just holds his line. And I don't think... yeah, I don't think P1 was expecting that at all. I don't think he was expecting him to be there. So he's actually moved off his line to go defensive. And then this guy is the one that's tagged him. I actually don't think that was his fault. P1 is to blame on that one, I think. Oh well, that was funny. We were certainly the main beneficiary of that one. We'll take it. We'll take it. Let's go again though. Let's try and improve that quali time. Oops, let's not rent a car. Let's stick with the Nissan. Oh, Viking's got a 202. My word. Here was me thinking I had a decent time. I thought I was going to be like right up there. Nowhere near. Alright, let's improve this time then. Let's go. We'll have enough for 2 laps here. Plus we'll kind of have the option, locking the tyres there, locking the wheels. We'll kind of have an option to restart. As long as we've got about a minute, no more than a minute into the lap. made up loads of time there on the last lap. I just floored it and somehow kept it in fourth. And the car just did what I wanted it to do, but I've not managed to replicate that yet. See, there, normally I would have took my foot off the throttle there, and I just kept it, and the car just was fine. I've turned way too early there. You absolute div. Start that one again. That's a bit weird. 2 seconds. That shouldn't have happened. I need to check something here. 2 seconds, 2 seconds, 2 seconds. You know when you get an order and it's or an email says order confirmed, and I think I didn't order anything. How has that happened? I don't know how on earth that's happened, but never mind. Let's worry about it later. Worry about it later. Let's go. That might be track limits. I hope that's not track limits. Please don't be track limits. I hope that's not track limits. I think we're alright. There it is. Kept it flat. We had a bit of oversteer though, as the car just unsettled over those curves. Could add a bit more on the throttle there. In second through Ravage. Billy Bob, how we doing? Welcome, welcome. First of all, mate, I need to say that was an absolutely mega race, and then I called it out on the stream, and you can rewind if you do not believe me. But I did say that I apologise because it may have looked like I was swerving as we went through the. Can't remember what lap it was, but as we went through the into the tunnel. Might look like I was swerving. Genuinely wasn't. I just spotted you very, very late as I was moving over to the racing line. 203.4, that's a little bit better. So I was moving over to just follow the racing line, and I spotted you very late, and then I moved back. But by that point, you had already moved back over to the left, to go around me the other way, and it would have looked like I was swerving to try and block you. I promise I was not. But that was some mega racing. Really, really enjoyed it, mate. Really, really good stuff. Thank you. Hey up, Affinity. Hey up, chat. How are we doing? Al Capone. Hope everyone is well. Having a great day. Smash the like on the way past. What a hero. Thanking you, as always. As it's free. It certainly is. And I'm not greedy. Have a great stream. What a hero, mate. Thank you very much, Al Capone, as always. Absolute hero, mate. Really appreciate it. Fantastic race. Yeah, it was, mate. It was. Really, really enjoyed it. Really, really good racing. There was the odd little bit, like I say, I apologise for the what would have looked like a touch of swerving. Oh, look at this. How close are we to Bibby on time here? Very, very close. Literally 4 thousandths, I think that was. Is it 4 thousandths? 3 1,000ths to Bibby. This should be a good one then. He's going to be right in front of us here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. P5. We've got to aim for a podium again on this one, haven't we, I think? I think it's fair to say it. See what we can do. Right, bad connection from the leader up the top, so that's something to bear in mind. As we all make our way through. It looks massive, like a massive bit of track, that, doesn't it? The bus stop chicane, until you're actually driving it. Right, I don't know what car Bibby is in, but we seem to have a slightly better launch than him. Oh, he is in the Nissan still. Okay. Bit of carnage and a bit of argy-bargy from the guys behind, but we're all good. We get through cleanly, which is all that matters. Get around the outside of Bibby here. No. Oh, sorry, Bibby. We were having a look. I just totally Nico Rosberged him there. I think I made that same joke last week, didn't I, when we were here for manufacturers. Probably wasn't funny the first time. Whoa, no! What the hell just happened there? Oh man, we need to watch that in the replay. We just launched across the track there. Oh, now we got damage. We got damage. Oh man. I thought they were supposed to be plastic barriers, not a bloody pogo stick. Oh! Well, now we've got a bit of work to do, don't we? Right, make sure we watch that one on the replay. That's funny. Alright, we've got to make up a few positions. I didn't realise just how many we lost. We're in P10. Oh, my God. Didn't realise just how far down the grid I dropped with that mistake there. Never going to stick. Forced him to the inside there. Made sure that that was never going to stick for him there. I'm going to try and avoid those cones now. Or corner, whatever. I don't even know what they're called. Pogo sticks as they should now be known. Oh! We were never going to get the space there, were we? Alright, slipstream all the way, come on. Right, well this race definitely hasn't been as good as it could have been. Oh man. Yeah. Further penalty added. Ugh. Oh no. I went to the outside there thinking he would go defensive and stick to the inside. Right, will we get P10 here? I think it's fair to say obviously not, but you got to hold out hope, haven't you? Not even in the points. What a nightmare. Unless we dramatically cut the corner there, we might have been able to get something. Hey, we closed the gap quite a bit there though. 4-5 tenths we closed the gap. Nightmare. Oh, Bibby got the podium. Nice one, mate. Although his SR down to B in the process. So I wonder what's happened there, but he's got P3. Lovely stuff. Nicely done, mate. Nicely done. Right. So, we'll get 3 laps now. This time round. Hopefully we can improve further on that 203, and then I want to watch some top lap times and see exactly how they're doing it after the next race. Right, get your guesses in. 203.479 is our current fastest lap. What will we improve that by? I want to try and get down to the 202s. But at the very least I want like a 0.1 or 3.1 is the slowest that I want to be going. But if I can break down into the if I can break down to the 202s, then I'll be even happier. Tell you what, this would have made for a mega daily race C though, wouldn't it? Suppose we have just had a mega manufacturers round here, so I can't complain too much, but I think I just love Spa so much, that's the problem. By far one of my favourite racetracks out there. .203.8. That was funny. Let's go again. fair, actually. If I be sensible and restart now, we still got 2 full attempts where I can hopefully not almost bin it out of the La Source hairpin. Turn 1. Go, 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 go. Yes, yes. Look at that. Wonderful stuff. Right, we're up. We're up on our time. 203 treble 0, says John. If I got a 203 flat, I mean, I'd be actually gutted that then. It means I hadn't broke into the 202s, but could be on track for it, yeah, because once you're in line with the car, we're a tenth and a half up at that point. Oh, no. Lost a load of time there. Oh, how stupid could I have been? So then we've regained it all, almost. And then now we haven't. Oh, keep making stupid mistakes. Lovely exit it was until I then went and ruined the rest of the lap, wasn't it, mate? Right, one more lap. Here we go. Oh, that one just not quite as good. Just not quite on it there. Tenth and a half up. Three tenths up. Let's not make a mistake yet. I keep seeming to get this one wrong. Right, that is about as good as I'm going to manage it anyways. .2 up. Oh, I've lost it all in the last kit. Lost it. I think 3.1. I said if I can get down into the low or threes. And then let's hope I don't do that in the race. Lost a little bit of time though. In that first sector I was down, but the rest of the time I was up. I made up a lot of time in sector 2, but that was versus the previous lap where I did make a mistake. So, but anyway, 1.5 in total. put us to that 3.1. Here we go then, starting P3. We start with the podium. We just got to make it stick now. Super GT 222. Yeah, John definitely can improve. Maybe he's even 4 tenths. There was a few mistakes. I need to get a bit. I need to nail turn 1, which is, I was a 10th down for starters, and I think that'd be a 10th up. So that's a 2/10 difference. So that would put me down to 202.9. Definitely break the 2s, 100%. It's Super GT treble 2 though, up top. Wow, those Germans are quick, yeah. I think I'm going to struggle. Well, saying that, we'll have slipstream and all that sort of stuff, so it's just basically trying to hang on to the back of them in the infield of the track. Here we go then. Let's kick this one off. Any new faces, please do hit subscribe while you're here. The like button equally as helpful as well on the stream, if you do not mind. Let's hope for a good one. Just about managed to avoid getting rammed in turn 1 there, thankfully. Possibly the silly thing that I did there, apart from outbraking into the chicane, was actually letting P2 stay in front there. Maybe should have just gone for the move, because I had quite a big speed difference by the time I gave him a bump and nudged him forward. Probably could have been past him quite easily and onto the back of P1. Never mind, we'll stay where we are for now though. Try and sit behind them with their pace. It's going to be a challenge though. Look at that, just 2, 3, 4 tenths gained by the leader. So easily there. That's really a one where you don't need to brake through the right and left hander there. Can't remember the name of those corners, but don't necessarily need to brake, it's just all in throttle and engine braking. Try not to bump draft out the pole saying you lose SR, fair enough, right, well we'll avoid doing that in the future. Not least of all because it didn't actually benefit us realistically as much as I thought it would have done. Right, we're still on the back of them all. Them though, 1.7. He's had a poor exit onto the pit straight. The race leader. Now I'm going to have, oh, he's made a mistake as well there, so P2 has, so we're going to have a nice slipstream, be close enough. We could end up closing this gap quite a bit here, and if we can do, we will get past him. Although it might not happen this lap. Look at that gap there, 6 tenths. Probably not going to happen, but I'll be right on the back of them by the time we hit the braking zone. Maybe not. Forgetting, of course, he'll have the slipstream of P1. Now, dirty air is a factor around here, but I think following closely behind them sort of outweighs it by the slipstream on a lot of the straights, not least of all the Camel straight and the run up to Eau Rouge and Radion actually. Right, 2 second gap to the leader. Watch how much he gains here. 1.5. 2.2, 2.3, 10.5 gained through Puong. I need to look at how best to be taking that, I think. Right, I think it's a battle for P2, to be honest with you. Race leader's just kind of running away with it, but a battle for P2 could be on if we can just hold on to him close enough. Just look for the move at the right time. .204 is the lap time from the race leader. Or the fastest lap time. Right, a few tenths closer to P2 this time round. Can we get the launch on him here? Goes defensive. Oh, but then he moves. He went defensive, but then he moved back across. We all saw that. We all saw that. Oh, that's a shame. No comment needed on that one, I don't think. Trying to hold on to the podium now. I've got no idea what that word says, John. It looks like it might even be German. And it looks like YouTube. It looks like the kind of word that might be censored in comments for some people. I'd report that. Yeah. Not ideal. When you're trying to have good racing with people. We could have had a good race with him there, but I don't think he wanted one. His connection is pretty poor as well, so I don't know if that's had anything to do with it, to be honest with you. We might, you know, from his side, we might be looking like the bad guys. Shocking moving under braking, absolutely. Don't give you the room and then hits you off. Shocking. I agree. I agree. Don't think we're going to catch to him though, sadly, to either get back past or teach any kind of lesson. Thankfully we're still on for the podium though. The connection has caused worse, to be fair. Yeah, exactly. gosh. Frustrating, that one. Could have been battling him for P2, I think. Yeah, John. I mean, I've had that happen a few times, and then it's funny when you watch the replay, and then you're like, how on earth does that happen? Or when I'm the one that's punted off, or as you say, when you've done it, you just think they're never going to believe what I saw like on my screen. Do you know what I mean? Hey dear. I think he's actually just quit straight out, has he? He has as well. We'll watch the replay on that one. We'll try and get a bit of an idea what actually happened. In my eyes, he's moved under braking. Which, you know, it would be funny if on his screen, or as we watch this replay, he hadn't actually moved at all, because then he'd be thinking that we were the ones to blame. So he goes to go defensive, at least from what we see. Yeah, opens a gap and then moves back across. So he keeps the position here. I think, to be fair, he's probably actually still taking his racing line there, where he actually runs us off. I think he's still taking his racing line. I don't think he's had any intent to actually run us off there. But the fact that then he has done, he's not really too bothered that he has. So it's a little bit annoying, but the main bit is him moving under braking. This is the main thing here. Yeah, this is the main thing. Him moving under the braking to the left-hand side. I mean, we've got nowhere to go at that point. We're following here. Where else are we meant to go at that point there? I literally could not be any further off track. Probably a little bit stupid for me to try and go for the move there, really, but I was just trying to carry the momentum. I felt like by that point we'd already lost enough time. So, one of those things. He laughed as I was miles behind in his mirror. Is that after you've punted him off? Oh, no. You were miles behind in his mirror, so he was in front of it. Yeah, sorry, yeah. I thought you meant he laughed because he was miles behind in your mirror. I was going to say what he would be if you just launched him off the track. Hey, dearie me. Right, last race. And let's hope for the best. See if we can quickly get... Oh, we'll not get 3 laps in. We'll get 2, though. Let's see if we can improve this time again. Come on. That will not be the quickest way to do things. Yeah, I agreed. Yeah, he wasn't trying to ram me off, I don't think, on that part. But the braking, moving under braking, is the bit that caused the problems. Why do I keep making this mistake as well then? What's going on here? Right, John's already on. 202 treble 8. Let's take a guess at what our fastest lap time will be. Now I'm scared to get down on the power early, which is not what you want. That's not going to be very quick, that one. No, well off the pace. Right, I want to get as close to 1 second improvement as I can on that lap time there. Please don't be a penalty, 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 please don't be a penalty. We're alright. Pushing too hard. Right, back in a second. I'll make sure I don't miss the start of the race now. Right. Yeah, exactly like last week, John. Making sure I don't miss the race. Right, last race of the stream then. We're in P2. Let's fight for the race win here. Let's aim for the race win. Did we see what qualifying time this guy had? Is he quick or not? Has he got like a 1:58 qualifying time or something? Like 7 seconds quicker than everybody? Or do we think we stand a chance? Come on, Em. Let's go. Chasing down that win. Come on. Don't do the same as what the last guy did. Oh, 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 he's gone. He's gone. That was not me. 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 I promise that wasn't me. I promise that wasn't me. That was not me. Not my fault, not my fault, not my fault, not my fault. I promise, I promise, I promise. Honestly, I swear that was not my fault. I swear that was not my fault. Right, Bibby is in P2 behind us then. I made it, I did, James. How we doing, mate? I'm waiting for... Now that James is in chat, I'm waiting for him to say tap tap, but I genuinely did not touch him. I'm telling you now. I promise you, that was not me. Go, go, go. Right, Bibby is within 1 second, so he's certainly going to be able to close. This could end up being a bit of a scrap for the lead here. Just as I tune in, I wipe someone out. I genuinely did not touch him. He wiped himself out. Funny though. Funny though. Bibby closing and closing just a bit with the slipstream there. Looked a bit glitchy, to be fair. I think it was just, I think he just binned it, to be honest. I think he just, slight mistake, and was fishtailing while he tried to save the car. Got a bit of a tank slapper, and that was that. Don't think there was too much. Well, there was certainly not much that I could do. Could have maybe held back a little bit, but I think he'd always binned it. Obviously, there was a little bit of contact as I, you know, but by that point he was already heading off the track. Right, Bibby's closing though. He nearly saved it. He did. I think, as always though, with those kind of things, you're always going to be so close to saving it because you just think that you've got the car. I do it all the time and I think, oh, I've saved it, and then I put my foot down and then I realise I'd never actually saved it at any point. Right, 204.8, but then Bibby immediately improves on that by a tenth as he crosses the line just behind me. Oh, he's pushing. Trying Try and get him out of this slipstream if we can. He saved it then. I didn't take him out. I'm not having that. I'm not having that. Not standing for it. No way. Ooh, pushing just a little bit too hard myself there. A bit wide. He's within a second. Oh, he's run a bit wide. Oh, he's gone. Oh, baby, no. That is pretty much going to be this race win in the bag, I would like to think then. There's no one immediately behind him. He might actually hold on to P2 just, you know. I think he will do as well. Right, well, I also want to see if I can maybe set fastest lap of the race here as well. Tap, tap. Yeah, unlucky, baby, definitely. There we go, 3:10's quickest lap. Proper stacked it, but still second, yeah, exactly. I think he's got someone just on him now. They'll probably be within slipstream, the Dutch driver behind him there, but he pulled quite a bit of a gap while he was chasing us and managed to drop the guys behind pretty well. But of course, this is the corner that he binned it. Is this what they refer to as no-name corner, I believe? But it is absolutely brutal. If you run wide and you find yourself still trying to push, that's pretty much your race done, isn't it? You just never manage to hold on to that. A bit like running wide at Puong. If you're going to try and keep pushing and trying to not lose the time that you're already losing, then you're going to lose a stack load of more time when you keep your foot in it. And then you head onto that green stuff and the drainage, and you go and absolutely bin it. Oh, 7 thousandths up. Bibby has actually took time. Oh, that was silly. Bibby has took time out of my time. So he might have been on for fastest lap of the race. Nearly lost the race win there. Yeah, I thought it was no name. Yeah. I always get corners mixed up. Terrible for remembering corner names. There we go then. We finally get the race win that we've been after all stream. We're going to be ending it right there on a high. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. What an absolute bunch of legends as always. Next stream will be on Sunday night, British Heart Foundation. I'm forgetting which track we are up to, but I think it's round 4 that we're on to now. So we're going to be looking forward to that, wherever it is that we actually are racing. If you're going a day late and $1 short, you'll go straight to the scene of the accident. Exactly. I was laughing because the Jeddah race I ended up actually watching yesterday. I watched on Tuesday, and even Martin Brundle had said something, And then he said at the end, he was like, for good measure, as Nico, I think it was Hulkenberg, was making fun of me for earlier. And then even Crofty turned around and said, I think he was a day late and $1 short with that one, though. So, hey dear, it made me laugh. But anyways, can we very quickly review something? We can do, mate. What do you want to review? Are you wanting to review Bibby binning it? Don't be that cruel, surely. What do you want to review? Is it your livery? On how mint it looks? Last corner of the... Oh, have I got the replay, though? Let me check. We certainly can, mate, if I've got the replay. Although someone will have it, won't they? That we will have shared. It looks like it'll be this one. That's right, isn't it? Dragon Trail. Will this be right? Yes. Let's have a quick neb. So, where are you? Last lap. Oh, Rico gave a penalty, right, okay. Oh, that's annoying that it won't actually skip laps. Why won't it do that? That's annoying. Just keep skipping it back to like the same bit. Right, sorry. Hang fire. Annoying. Oh, this is really, really annoying. Right, here we go. I don't want to get on anybody's wrong side, so regardless, I can tell you what I'm going to say, and I'm going to say I don't know. I'll leave it up to everybody else. So Bucket's a fair way up. So does he make a mistake in the chicane? Firstly, has he just hit the wall there? So let's get the context. Firstly, so he's fine here. He's braking there. Oh, he has a bit of a moment. Right, okay. Oh, you hit the wall, though. That hasn't slowed you down at all. Lovely stuff. Oh, this isn't even the last lap. What am I doing? It's not even the last lap. Sorry, mate. Next lap. Yeah, exactly. What a donkey. I thought that was a fair way back. I thought, how will you manage that? Right. So, we'll look again. Does he get out of the chicane okay or not? So, he's taking it very easy. One fronts. What's he in? Is he in the Jag? He's in the Jag, isn't he? Right, so you're behind. You're catching here. You're catching here. You're going to go to the inside. Hang it around the outside. My controller's dead, I think, but let me see if we can... So, I mean, it's a weird one, isn't it? Because the actual braking and turning point, there's a level there before you're anywhere near the apex. But, of course, the type of corner that this is, you're already braking and turning and stuff quite a bit earlier. So, I mean, if I was Bucket and I'm driving along here, great dive bomb. So, if I'm Bucket here and I'm looking, I think for me, I would probably be saying fair play. I would probably be saying I don't want to upset anybody here, so I actually don't want to say it either way, but so from your side, oops, I can see that there's been no malice in it. I would say it's a fairly bold move, I will give you that, because you are quite a way back. But James says great move. I think if I was Bucket here, so I'm kind of, this is the viewpoint that I would be seeing if I was online racing. I would be saying, I probably would be saying fair play. I probably would be, because I think, so obviously Bucket's in the middle here. I think you've kind of got to commit either left or right, haven't you, really, for the kind of line. To really claim that as yours, you've got to be on the inside. You've got to be on the far right hand side, inside of this now. If you're online and you're ultra defensive, only chickens sit on the fence, I will perfectly happily say I will be a chicken and chicken out of this one. It's because I know everybody, so I don't want to give an opinion. That's the thing. I don't want to give an opinion and then annoy anybody, because I know everybody in the lobby. But if that was me, I probably would be saying, fucking hell, fair play, what a move. It was brave, was a bit late. But the reason that I say fair play is because Bucket's neither on the left-hand side or the right-hand side. So if he was on the far right-hand side here, if you're going to go defensive into that corner, realistically, the real racing line on that is not braking, sorry, but turning at the 50-meter board. So you're going straight on here. You want to be further over to the left-hand side, like here. So you're running straight all the way along here, and then after the 50 and about here-ish is when you start then turning in and taking a longer, wider line in. So I think Bucket's obviously spotted you quite late, perhaps, I don't know, moved over to the right-hand side to try and defend. But yeah, I'll be honest, I don't know, it's a difficult one. I'd probably be saying fair play. If I was Bucket and I was on stream, I'd be saying nothing I can really do about that one. I think you've got to be either side. So for it to be a penalty, I would say Bucket maybe has to be all the way to the right-hand side, and then you try and either force open a gap that isn't there, or you make contact, because obviously you're going to the back of him. So yeah, so I think it's a bit of a weird one, because I think you want to be like now you're on the right kind of the right line, but I think you want to have been by default, by standard, by just if there's no competition, you're over here, and that's the kind of line that you're taking, and then you start turning in, because obviously you want the exit. So I think it's quite late from both sides. It's last lap, both going for the position. I just think that's fairly hard racing, to be honest. To exactly tell Rico, I'm not getting involved in any argument. I'm not getting involved. I'm not going to start annoying anybody. It's funny though, because me and Adam obviously had a similar. We had a very good race, and it was very similar. But Adam, actually, to be fair, Adam's taking the same line there. But the reason that Adam can take that line is because I'm all the way over on the left-hand side. Because I had every intention of trying to get a switchback on him. So that's the line that I thought Bucket might have took. But obviously he's going quite defensive. And in the end, I just go into the back of Adam. I could have maybe took it around the outside. Took it a bit wider and maybe he's got it. But yeah, actually, I thought Adam went a little bit more defensive than what he did. But you can see there, he's right on the apex on that side. So I don't really know. I think if it was me, I would just be like, oh, nightmare. I left the door open slightly, I would maybe say. I think that's the issue, actually. Yeah, there is that the door is left open ever so slightly. And so from a certain point of view, you're kind of entitled to go for it, really. So that's, yeah, James has hit the nail on the head there. If the shoe's on your left foot, what's the saying? If you were the other person, basically, then you'd feel hard done by. If you're the person getting the position, then you're like, oh, brilliant. It's like when you're on the motorway, anybody going slower than you is just stupid. Anybody who's going faster than you is an idiot. So, you know, no matter what speed you're doing, anybody who's slower is stupid. Anybody who's faster is an idiot. And that's kind of the same thing, depending whether or not you're trying to defend or you're trying to attack. So Adam positioned his car in the same place. He did do, but yeah, like I say, the difference is that I was all the way over on the left-hand side, so he could then open the corner up a little bit more for himself to try and benefit the exit. So yeah, it means you're now 14 points ahead of me, not 12. Ah, right, okay. So I didn't know. I don't actually know. I need to double check where the leaderboard was off the bat of that, because I think Adam has now Adam got 2 race wins or not? Although I think we were scrapping. Did we scrap Watkins Glen results? Didn't we? Because we were going to run that one back. So I'm not too sure where that actual championship on a whole sits, but we got plenty more races. I'm really looking forward to them, and Sunday is going to be absolutely mega. So TW going for his first championship. We can only hope, mate. We can only hope, but I'll be looking forward to it either way and having plenty of fun, I'm sure. So yeah, I hope everyone's enjoyed the stream then. I'm going to remain on the fence-ish slightly there, John, but I'd maybe say that depends what the penalty was. Was it 5 seconds or 10 seconds? Or I'm assuming you just only lost 1 place. Anything more than that is maybe a little bit unfair. I don't want to say too much else and start annoying people, but that's my view on the matter. But anyways, hope everybody's enjoyed it. Yeah, we scrapped Watkins Glen altogether. Got you. Yeah, so we've only done 2 races. We've done 3, but only 2 have been counted, so that makes sense. Anyways, hope everybody's enjoyed it. I shall see you all on... some exciting news, actually. I'll see you all on Sunday for British Heart Foundation. Next Friday, which is the 31st, we've got the completion date for our house. That's when we're hoping to have our house. So hopefully not too far after that, we will actually be in the house and have a new setup, or at least a new background and whatnot. The setup will probably stay the same. I do want a new rig, as in the actual frame that the wheel goes onto. I'm keeping the wheel and pedals, unless Stu asks for them back, in which case I have to say, fair enough. You did, I still consider them Stu's. I still consider this wheel and pedal setup as being on loan from Stu. So if at any point Stu wants them back, I feel obliged that I would have to, of course, send them straight back to him. But yeah, anyway, so you never know. A couple of weeks' time, we might be in the new house. Oh, we've done 4 races. Sorry. Right, so we're up to number 5. Then the next one. Yeah, sorry. How would you feel if you were demoted a position for that move? It depends on what the consensus was from everybody else. I think that's the thing, isn't it? If everybody said, yeah, actually, then I would maybe go, all right, fair enough. So I don't quite know. I don't quite know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't know. I think I know what I'm like, and if I was on a lobby, I would say fair enough. I think it depends, as well, I think this is the other thing. It depends who it is, and not who it is, but it depends how they've driven in the race. If someone was constantly bumping me and contacting into the corners and stuff like that, I'd be like, oh man, that's just a risky move, or a stupid move. But if it was someone who's been mega fair all race, they've got some good overtakes, you've seen them do some good overtakes, you've had some good battles, they're fair. And Adam is the perfect example. If I'd made that move on Adam, I think Adam would say fair play. If I'd annoyed Adam through a lobby, or if I was somebody else, or it was Momo's or something like that, you'd be like, oh, you get, like, that's, that, I think the context is massive, isn't it? I think that's massive. Bucket wine like a girl. Right, I'm not getting involved. I'm not annoying anybody. I'm staying well out of it. So there we go. Right, you'll get splinters on your arse sitting on a fence like that. I'm happy to sit on the fence. I'm staying out of it. If I've got to give an opinion and I say yes or no, I say I say no penalty. If I can't sit on the fence, I will say no penalty. I say the door was left open, to be fair, so it's one of those. But like I say, when you're sitting on either side, you need context of the whole race, don't you? Like I say, if someone's been quite dirty all race, you would look at that move and say, oh, you get. But if they'd been clean and had mega racing, which John always does, then you'd be like, fair enough. Left the door open, went for the late move, made the most of it. Then I kind of say fair enough. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not annoying anybody else. Right, I will see you all on Sunday, where I can then go join the lobby with Some of the people I've probably just annoyed by saying that. Yes, everyone's invited to a house party, even though I don't drink or none of that sort of stuff. So it'll be the most boring house party ever. But we can all sit and take turns doing some time trial laps. How about that? Around the Nürburgring. There we go. Right. Hopefully see everybody on Sunday. Very much looking forward to it. Awesome dive bomb, says James. We will leave it at that. Awesome dive bomb. Really looking forward to Sunday. It's going to be good. So I hope to see everybody there. And then, of course, Monday back again for next week's daily races, whatever they turn out to be. I feel like we want Nürburgring to return. I feel like it's been a while. We need Nürburgring. Right. I will leave it at that and hope for the best. See you all on... Oh, let me press some more buttons. See you all on Sunday, if not Monday, if not another point, if not maybe he's on track. See you all in a bit. I'm still on the fence, but I'm going to say it wasn't a penalty. Right, I'm leaving it at that. See you all later. Toodles.